deadline day for our long form draft and our script as well. So basically today we just met for like 2 seconds. That's why I'm dressed like this. And then we are going to do last minute stuff and then turn it in by our deadlines by 5. But hopefully I'm banking on turning my story in early so I can just get some work done like outside of study abroad, because I still need to apply to internships, even though, you know, it's like the last week or whatever. But I really don't want to stay in Athens, so I'm still trying to apply to internships, see how that goes. It's really interesting doing all that stuff all across the country. But yeah, fun fact, I never ate mangoes before I came here, and now I'm eating them every morning for breakfast. So yeah, being healthy. But yeah, I'm really late. But since I'm not doing anything today aside from working, I'll probably talk about my trip to Italy, the places you should visit, dressing, the people, the culture, how it's different from here in Munich, and just like my trip overall, and then like hostel situations and buses and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. Ciao. We're back in the Marriott block, and we're getting Vietnamese food. Huh? Oh. This is a mess. Oh my god. Good though. So we're back in the Marienplatz again, and I'm here to help Morgan this time record. But I just got some gelato. I got whiskey and cream and cafe, and it tastes amazing. Now we're on the way to Starbucks to work on some stuff. So wish me luck. It's completely random, but I just thought this was so funny how this old lady decided to just walk out in the middle of the street on her own. Like, you see no one else is walking but her. That was funny. It's 7:51 and I turned in all my stuff. Hopefully she doesn't tear up my paper with edits. But I continue to watch Black Mirror. Still don't understand it. Everybody said White Bear is really good, but White Bear really threw me off. Like, I was so confused by the time it's over, but I'm on episode 3 of season 2. Still haven't completely caught on. Maybe I need to rewatch all the episodes to pay attention. But yeah, the one time I decided to dress down for dinner, everybody wants to dress up. So yeah, that's great. I'm dressed down. I should have put on some heels, but everybody looks nice, and we're going to Augustiner Keller, this beer garden that's supposed to be super nice. And yeah, I'm dressed like this. So apparently it's supposed to be super nice, but yeah, that's where we're going. Okay, so wait. So part 2 of me teaching Harry something. Now let's hear you with Sophie. Thank you. Thank you. That was great. Yum yum. Wait.
My brothers study abroad.
Wait. An hour and a half later, and we are still out here. I'm so tired and full. I'm ready to go to sleep because we have to be up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning to catch this bus. Hey guys, so I just got back from dinner. A few of us wanted to come home and the other half wanted to stay out, but I chose to come back home. We'll come back to the hotel. You know, I've been living like sweet life as Zach and Cody the past 2 weeks. But I came back to the hotel because our bus to Prague is at 7 in the morning. And if you know me, you know I'm not a morning person, and I will be so evil to you. So, yeah, for my sanity, I decided to come back and get my life together so I could be up and make sure I don't miss the bus in the morning. So, like I said, I would talk about Italy because I didn't really have anything to do today besides meet my deadline for my script and my paper. But the differences between Verona and Munich, first off, Munich is very, well, the area of Munich I'm staying in is very conservative. So it's like nothing but really old people. Like, it's not really a youth crowd in this area. So when we go out and, us Americans are loud and stuff like that, it's like a lot of people stare at us. So yeah, that's the difference. You can definitely tell who's a tourist and who's American in Germany, whereas Italy, everybody blends, like you blend in so easily. Because here, of course, because your accent and what you wear and stuff in general. But when we were in Italy, we just blended smoothly right into the crowd. Also, people in Italy are way nicer. They're so much nicer. I don't know what it is. I just guess it's just the Italian culture, but they were so nice. Here in Germany, everybody's so stiff and rude, but I think it's because coming from Georgia, that's just how it seems. But really, Germans are just blunt and upfront. So I guess it's not really rude to them, but to us, it's just like you don't have to be so cold. But that was really the main difference. Italy is definitely way more scenic. Like, overall, everything was just so. I just enjoyed the scenery of Italy way more than I do in Germany, and it was more picturesque. But I think that's pretty much between the differences of Germany and Italy. Now, if you go to Verona, these are the places that you have to go to on your trip, like a must go. Number one, I would say to go to Lake Garda. It was the most beautiful view I have ever seen in my life. And we got off at the Siermione stop. It's like the lake and there's stops all around it and they all have different views of the lake and the surrounding cities and stuff, and I think it's has castles on each of the islands or the stops. So I would definitely go there. Number two, go to Casa de Giulietta. It's basically, that's where we saw Juliet's wall and when we were touching Juliet's boob. And then that's where Shakespeare got his inspiration for Romeo and Juliet. And then you have the balcony that she was on in the original play. And then I believe it had the bed that was in the later on movie. Castel Vecchio for number three. That was the first castle we went to. It was a museum on the inside. Then you go up to the final third floor. I think it was 3 floors. The third floor. And then that view was gorgeous. Oh my gosh. It was so gorgeous. I cannot stress how beautiful. Go to as many castles as you can in Verona. Go to the Arena di Verona just for the culture and just to see the architecture and stuff like that. Also, I love going to cathedrals, so I would recommend going to the Verona Cathedral or we went to the Duomo. So go to the Verona Cathedral or the Duomo because just the architecture and the overall painting and artwork in cathedrals are gorgeous. And I love details and I love paintings from like back then and stuff like that. So all that's super interesting to me. So even though if you're not super religious and into the cathedrals and stuff, like you'll be so intrigued by that. But those are my favorite places to go. When you travel abroad, don't get American food. Like, I know you want to, but try to stay away from American food, especially in Italy because that's like pasta, pizza, gelato. That's like basic stuff, and it's always good. Like, everywhere in Italy I ate was good. Everywhere in Germany, but everywhere in Italy was bomb, okay? Bomb. So, yeah, all those places I recommend going out to eat. And I would go out to, like, we didn't go to clubs, but go to bars because even if you don't drink, it's still, like, a social hour. So the bars aren't, like, typical bars. It's, like, this little cutaway place, a cutaway area, and you go in, get your drinks, and it's not meant for you to lounge inside. It's meant for you to go out. So everybody hung out on like the streets and stuff, and it was like a big, huge party in like different areas, if that makes sense. But yeah, nobody was like in the bars. Everybody was like out on the street. So we like got to talk to a lot of different people. I met somebody who created. He was a billionaire, okay, and he didn't speak English, so that's why I'm slipping, because I need to get my Spanish up, okay, because I could have been a sugar baby. Sorry, Mom, if you're watching this, but I could have been a sugar baby, okay, because this man created the #1 motorcycle in Italy. His name was Marco, and they called him Riccio, because he's rich, okay. But since my dumb behind didn't want to pay attention in Spanish class for the past 5 years that I took it, Richo just slipped through my little finger rolls, okay? So, okay, last thing. The place I also definitely, right under Garda, recommend to go to is called Piazzale. Piazzale Castle San Pietro. Got to see the whole city of Verona. That view was breathtaking, and if you're like me and I love to take pictures, you would love that place because it was just so relaxing. Places that are so picturesque and so scenic, like it's so unreal. Everywhere we went, I just couldn't believe that it was real because everywhere looked fake. It looked like it was a movie set, and it was just so relaxing to just sit there and just like take it all in, because you don't get to do this stuff every day and travel. So I enjoyed myself when I was in Verona because we were there for 3 days and we did so much. Oh my gosh, I was so tired, but we did so much and it was so worth it. So if you do ever get to go to Verona, go to these places and you will have fun.